Johnny Depp, one of Hollywood's most iconic figures, has quietly embarked on a journey of self-reclamation. After decades of living under the intense glare of fame, he has begun revealing the personal truths behind the choices that once puzzled the public. For years, Depp endured public scrutiny, legal battles, and betrayals that shaped a version of him few truly understood. Now, at 61, he has started speaking in ways he never dared before, not for sympathy, but to reclaim the fragments of himself that fame and controversy had stripped away. This is a story of quiet survival, healing, and rediscovery beyond the red carpet. The sudden disappearance from Hollywood. In 2023, Depp made headlines not for a film, but for his sudden and silent departure from Hollywood. Without public explanation or farewell interviews, he moved from Los Angeles to the quiet countryside of Somerset, England. Fans and media scrambled for information, yet for nearly a year he remained unseen, creating an almost mythical absence. This disappearance was not an attempt to hide, but an intentional move to prioritize his well-being. Depp later explained that he sought peace rather than visibility. The shift signaled a man exhausted from constant scrutiny, ready to reclaim a private life and reconnect with himself away from the pressures and performative expectations of fame. Life in Somerset. Quiet beginnings. Settling in Somerset, Depp embraced a simple life, far removed from Hollywood glamour. His estate offered privacy, yet he chose to live deliberately, waking early, walking outdoors, and reading alone. Friends noted his initial silence was not anger, but exhaustion, reflecting years of relentless public scrutiny. For a man once constantly photographed, Somerset provided the space to breathe. This slow, measured life allowed him to reconnect with ordinary experiences, laying the foundation for personal healing. Isolation was not retreat, but restoration, a conscious effort to rebuild his identity beyond the public persona he had long inhabited. Painting as therapy art became a crucial outlet for Depp's emotional recovery. While painting had always been a background passion, it transformed into a method of processing trauma and silent grief. His Somerset works were raw, surreal, and intensely personal, reflecting the fractures of a life shaped by betrayal, loss, and public humiliation. When his collection, A Bunch of Stuff, debuted in New York in 2024, it astonished both critics and collectors. Unlike expected pop culture portraits, the pieces conveyed isolation, emptiness, and vulnerability. Art allowed Depp to express what words could not, offering him a medium to articulate pain and rebuild his inner self, demonstrating that creativity can be as much about survival as expression. A new voice in art. Depp's paintings were not created for applause, but as a form of emotional articulation. Critics described his work as visual silence, capturing both heartbreak and the quiet mourning of a man misunderstood for decades. Limited edition prints sold rapidly, some fetching $50,000, confirming that his influence extended beyond Hollywood. Art became a language for processing grief, and through this, Depp communicated truths that interviews never could. Friends noted that painting provided clarity and relief, allowing him to confront emotions privately. This creative engagement signaled a rebirth, illustrating how stepping back from the spotlight can foster profound personal growth and renewed purpose. Music as a healing force. Music, Depp's first love, re-emerged as another path to recovery. Rejoining Alice Cooper and Joe Perry with Hollywood Vampires, he returned to the stage with a new approach. No longer performing for thrill or fame, he played music to center himself, finding calm and focus with each note. Audiences noticed the gentler, reflective energy, contrasting sharply with the chaotic Jack Sparrow persona of his earlier years. Music became a tool for meditation rather than performance, offering a steadying rhythm that supported his emotional healing. The European tour exemplified this quiet reawakening, allowing him to reconnect with a passion that had always represented honesty in his life. Sobriety and self-care. Since late 2022, Depp made a private commitment to sobriety, stepping away from alcohol and past destructive habits. This choice was personal, not publicized, demonstrating a dedication to self-control and physical health. Observers noted his leaner physique, clearer eyes, and softer facial expressions, reflecting an internal shift toward stability and mindfulness. Daily routines in Somerset, early morning walks, reading in the garden, and supporting the local library, grounded him, Sobriety and discipline became tools for reclaiming his life, allowing him to focus on creative expression, reflection, and emotional well-being. The result was a holistic transformation, emphasizing the importance of private commitments in fostering lasting personal change. Confronting the past. Amber Heard. Trial Depp's most publicized emotional battle involved his legal conflict with Amber Heard. Accusations in 2016 escalated into one of Hollywood's most brutal controversies, leaving him professionally and personally scarred. Studios severed ties, media outlets vilified him, and public perception quickly turned negative. Initially, he remained silent, hoping truth would prevail, but silence became isolating and damaging. His loss in the UK libel case compounded the strain, exposing him to further humiliation. These years left deep emotional wounds, illustrating how public narratives can amplify personal pain and underscoring the resilience required to endure both professional and personal attacks simultaneously. Legal victory and emotional reclamation. The turning point arrived in 2020 with the release of leaked audio revealing Heard's admissions of aggression. Public sentiment shifted, ultimately leading Depp to pursue a 2022 defamation lawsuit in Virginia. The trial offered a platform to recount years of abuse and misrepresentation. Witnesses corroborated aspects of his claims, and the jury ruled in his favor. Though legally vindicated, Depp's statement that he fought to survive emphasized the emotional toll over the courtroom outcome. The trial closed a chapter but did not erase scars, highlighting how justice can restore reputation without immediately healing internal wounds. This moment marked a bridge between surviving the public eye and reclaiming personal agency. A quiet rebirth in Somerset. Following the trial, Depp fully embraced stillness, redefining his daily life. The Somerset countryside became a sanctuary, allowing him to exist beyond fame. Locals described a calm, steady man engaging in simple pleasures like sunrise walks, reading, and supporting community projects. He cultivated physical and emotional well-being, including improved health markers confirmed by a local doctor. This period reinforced sobriety, mindfulness, and intentional living. For Depp, rebirth was not about spectacle, but restoration, a slow, deliberate process of aligning life with inner peace. His transformation showed that healing is often gradual and requires deliberate retreat from external pressures to nurture internal growth. Returning to cinema on his terms. Depp's return to the screen was intentional, not performative. His appearance at the Cannes Film Festival for Jean du Barry marked his first public event post-trial, receiving a standing ovation. Subsequent roles in Day Drinker and Carnival at the end of days reflected careful selection, prioritizing art over fame. These projects emphasized vulnerability, introspection, and authenticity, allowing him to portray characters aligned with his personal experiences. Directors recognized his unique ability to embody emotional depth, highlighting his evolved artistry. This measured approach signified a man no longer bound by Hollywood expectations, ready to create meaningful work on his own terms. Choosing art over applause. Depp's focus shifted from public validation to personal fulfillment. His decisions reflect an understanding that meaningful work can coexist with a peaceful life. He no longer seeks revenge or redemption, but embraces projects that resonate with his inner truths. Each role becomes an opportunity to express lived experience rather than conform to external pressures. This mindset demonstrates a profound transformation, prioritizing art, personal growth, and emotional integrity over career-driven accolades. Depp's story underscores the importance of creating life and work in alignment with one's authentic self, rather than societal expectations. The path forward. Johnny Depp's journey illustrates resilience, introspection, and intentional living. He has navigated scandal, isolation, and personal transformation, emerging as a man grounded in quiet confidence. His life in Somerset, creative pursuits, and selective return to cinema signal a future shaped by choice rather than obligation. While the public may hope for a full Hollywood comeback, Depp's story emphasizes autonomy, healing, and deliberate engagement. He has learned that freedom lies in aligning actions with inner truth. The question is no longer about fame or validation, but about the continued pursuit of a life that belongs to him, a life defined by calm, creativity, and meaning rather than spectacle.